So like, what the hell? This is so much harder than I thought it was going to be. My ideas was for two different web shows. One very lighthearted, very fun, dealing with one of my favorite subjects, and one kind of deeper and more serious, dealing with another of my favorite subjects. Um, the reason I didn't do one web show is because both of my favorite subjects are so completely different from each other. Um, and I wanted to explore both of them, and I live and breathe these things every day, and sometimes it's so ingrained. You get so ingrained with life that you don't even notice it anymore. But you know, I thought it would be neat to talk about because it's something I know a lot about. It's something I've lived. It's something I breathed. And some people out there might be curious about both of these topics. Um, but wow, I've tried scripting. I've tried doing outlines. I've tried everything because I got maybe the first 5 episodes of each of these all planned out. And every time I do it, I start to stutter. I start to grumble. I don't know. I forget. I look at my script and I still forget what I was going to say, and it's really hard. It's hard to do, and I'm getting a whole new appreciation for people who make this look so easy. So I'm trying to get started, and you know, with my lighthearted one, I'm going to introduce clips, and that is just that's a whole nother ball game. And the other one, well, I was going to do props and just show pictures, and that's going to be a whole different ball game. And I've downloaded the software to help me edit the video clips together and to insert the thing, pictures and graphs and examples into my clips. And that part I don't mind. I don't mind trying to find the spot where I've got to split the clip and put in another clip and stitch it all together. That I kind of enjoy, but and I thought I would enjoy talking about my two favorite subjects, but it's hard and it's not coming together. So I'm going to keep plugging away at it. Um, I'm just sitting here talking right now, so I'm not stuttering. But when I start to think about, okay, this is the subject I wanted to talk about, and this is how I want to talk about it, and then I can't get it out, and it's very frustrating. So I'm going to keep plugging away at it, and I'm still doing sound checks, and the lighting, I don't mind the lighting. I guess it's okay. But I don't know, you want to get kind of a trademark look. I am in a storage closet. You might not know that. I kind of disguise it a little bit. I bought a $20 shelf, and I put a few things on it just to kind of hide the fact that behind that shelf is a storage shelf that looks really crappy. Um, and I put the wine rack behind me too to kind of balance that out. And there's the mirror. The mirror's been hanging ever since I moved in here, and beyond that, you can see the old window, and I think the window is reflected in the mirror. So it depends on what time of day I'm recording this. Generally speaking, the only time I have is after work, after the kids go to sleep, and I'm sitting here, knowing that I should probably go to bed and get ready for work tomorrow, but knowing that it's also kind of early for that. So this is the time I would normally be reading a book, but I thought, well, I'm going to be productive and do the web series. And it's something I've always wanted to do. I've been wanting to do it for quite some time now. And well, this is just kind of a test to see how it goes and how I sound and how it converts. I'm going to convert this and upload it and see how it looks on YouTube. Can't think of anything else to say except I'm going to keep trying to plug away at it. I'm not going to change anything between the two web series, so they'll both be on the same set here. Ooh, a bat just flew into my window. So what I'm looking at here, this is my window that looks into the street, and the house is U-shaped. It's a duplex, and I'm sitting in the back of the duplex, and so the building like makes this long narrow opening, and then I get a little piece of the street. And I'm trying not to be distracted by that. I've noticed in some of my test videos I'm like doing this bit, and I should be looking this way, but it's hard. And then the computer and all the monitoring stuff is right here, so I find myself looking here and then looking out the window and here. And I think the bat is like because there's a balcony too over between the two buildings, and I think it's like just kind of trapped in there, or there's a lot of bugs and it's eating a lot of bugs. But yeah, and I can turn the overhead light on, but I don't know. I haven't figured that quite out yet, because then that makes a shadow right above the wine stuff here, and and I can't really do this during the daytime because there's just not time during the day. But I'll figure it all out. I don't know. We'll see. And I noticed the stuff on the shelf. I wanted to buy the white shelf, and when I got there, the white shelf was literally smashed in the aisle, and they had 6 brown shelves. So I bought the brown shelf, and a lot of the things. This right here, right there, that's a silver bell. That's a bell from Tibet, and it's a beautiful sounding bell, and you almost can't see below it. And I threw my 30 mil round up there, and above on the second shelf I put a lot of mineral samples, my crystal ball, and the one piece of expensive art I ever bought, which is right there. I did buy that at an art show. You can't really see it on camera. Maybe I'll show it in a later episode, but it's just gorgeous. This guy takes glass and he sculpts glass, and it was very expensive, but at the time I've never bought anything like that, so I just treated myself. And down here, you can't even see the third shelf, but those are some vases. I got a friend of mine got me a vase in Japan, and the other vase, it's just, again, you can't see it on the camera, but it's got these streaks of green in it, and it's just the color green that I love. And anyway, I digress. And behind me, I might need to take a few drinks to get through this, because I just tried to do my very first full episode of one of my web shows, and it was horrible and terrible, and I've got a lot of practice to do. I also wanted to tie one of the shows into some of my books, because I did just finish a mystery book. Well, it's my second mystery book, because 3 Men in the Tub is basically a mystery with aliens and stuff. And that was a book I wanted to do interactions of people. And one of the things I observed in life was, the interaction of these friends of mine. And I thought, well, I could write a book about this, and how can I bring these interactions? How can I bring these people together to show how they interact? And I thought, well, how about I just have them all get abducted by aliens, and they all have to live on the same ship? So, yeah, if you want to know about it, buy the book. Just look up my name on Amazon, and you'll see 3 Men in the Tub. The tub is the alien spacecraft. They have a translation device that can't translate the name of the ship, so it just calls it the tub. But anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do now. I don't know if I want to try and do that episode again. Like I said, it was really horrible, and I'm horrible at this, and it's going to take a lot of practice before anyone will ever want to watch this. So have a good night, and I'm going to process this and see how it turns out. And by the way, I did everything. The only money I spent, I did buy a microphone, because none of my microphones could pick up my voice very well. I don't like my voice. When I'm talking in real life, people are always asking me, what did you say? What did you say? So I don't know if I don't talk louder, if I'm not articulate, I don't know. But I do get that a lot. Like, what did you say? Can you repeat that? The camera I had, the tripod I had, the computer I had, everything on the shelf I had, most of the booze, well, I buy that anyway. Oh, and I had a cat that just dug into my leg. Um, uh, so I did buy the mic and the bookcase are the only two things I bought to set this thing up. Um, what else? What else? I'm going to go ahead and process this. And I got to remember to mute my phone. I didn't hear it go off this time, but I know in the other episode, you're ding ding. That means somebody just texted me. Um, Again, you see me looking off to the side. There's nothing to look at this side. And I don't know why the cat is trying to jump on me right now. And she doesn't want to jump on my lap. She's actually, look, she drew blood. I don't know if you can see the blood on my finger. She actually tore into my leg and drew blood. Ugh. So that's what you get when you have a cat. And she's just a kitten, so she's not big enough to just jump in my lap or to be calm. She just wants to attack everything, and it's driving me absolutely insane. All right, I'm wrapping it up, and we'll call this a wrap. Oh, I was going to mention that um, I wanted an animated logo to put at the front of all my videos, and I did it. I just couldn't figure out how to do it, so I did it really cheesy. And I can't get the aspect ratio right. I'm not sure how to make it the same aspect ratio as the videos. And also, it's kind of cheesy looking. So, but then I added the drum. I actually did the drum noise myself with my drums, and I thought it looks old-fashioned. It looks very very low res and kind of cheesy. I thought I'm just going to keep it that way, and we'll see how that works. But it's my logo. Everything about it is, I invented. I am StarThinker. I've been StarThinker since 1979, so I predate the internet with my nickname. I did become StarThinker after I read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I liked the name, and I can't remember where I used the name, but people started calling me that. And I was like, I like it, so I went with it. Sometimes some of my friends, they call me StarThinker. They don't even consider calling me by my real name. So I am going to finally wrap this up and call it a night and do some processing on this and do some experimenting on the video itself and see what happens. So have a good night.